courage, you're gonna tweet the alphabet and then put 5 at the end. And they're gonna search through those tweets and just say that, and they're gonna give $1,000 to one of you. There you go. Just search that on Twitter in a week, give one of them $1,000. There's extra engagement, you're welcome.
All right, great.
Thank you for watching, hit that subscribe button.
Can you make it at 100 Thieves instead, please?
Yeah, add 100 Thieves, do both,
Sorry,
do them all.
Courage.
Yeah, add 100 Thieves. You know, go buy Chipotle, Cash App's cool.
Turn
you know, there you go.
And if you somehow don't sub to MrBeast, all of us will be in the description. Thank you guys again to Cash App, Twitter, sponsor videos.
That's fine.
We love each and every one of you guys. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Don't forget, my burrito bowl is better than theirs. All right, that was all. You can end it there. No, end it. Don't let them talk.
Bad take.
For the sake of a clippable clip that we can clickbait, can you say you hate me?
I hate Nadeshot.
Wow, there you go.
Jesus
There you go.
Christ.
Well, MrBeast hates Nadeshot.
He
Clipping and shipping.
sucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of the Courage and Nate Shot Show. We are very excited because we are on location. This is a remote episode. We're here in North Carolina because probably actually what we just heard, the biggest YouTube Originals event just happened live from this studio. We've got the incredible MrBeast. He is a YouTube content creator and philanthropist with over 60 million subscribers across all his channels and over 7.8 billion views across his videos. Just for context, guys, I have been on YouTube for 10 years and I have 2 channels and I have like 700 million views. He has 7.8 billion views across his videos. He's co-creator of Team Trees, a fundraiser for the Arbor Day Foundation, which has raised over $22 million. And he is one of the pioneers of the highest budget challenge content genre on YouTube. Really just created it himself. Jimmy, there's a lot of things I can say about you. These are just a few of the things that our producers felt were important. But holy shit, man, you are a titan of the industry.
Thank you. I don't even know how to respond to that, but thank you. Yeah, we've managed to accomplish a lot, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been phenomenal. And I think this event just continues to add accolade and accolade to barriers you continue to break down.
Oh my gosh, so much praise. I know, I just don't ever know what to do when people praise me, but thank you. I'm so glad to be here. You guys have great personalities, and this is gonna be a good podcast. I'm really excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, there's so many things we can ask you, and we're gonna try to narrow it down to a couple, but I just wanna touch on this event first because it's the most recent in my mind. You and Jack did a phenomenal job as hosts, the D'Amelio family. You gave away $300,000 for them to now give to all of their followers and their subscribers. And it was something unlike anything I've seen before, right? Because you had the rock, paper, scissors. I was so honored that you invited me and I was a part of that. And to come out here and actually see your team in action and see you know, how you prepare, how the product actually ends up being delivered and how you interact with your audience. It's just something that I'm a really big fan of. So I'm curious, like in your mind, where the idea for Creative Games started and where you think it can go. And I know that's an ambiguous question.
Yeah, no, I got you. So definitely where it started was it almost just blew my mind that no one is just getting a bunch of creators together to do stuff. So it started with, we flew some creators down for some Last Leave video and that went well. And so then I decided to put 10 YouTubers in a giant circle and the Last to Leave it got 100 grand. And that went well. So then we decided to do the Battle Royale video where we flew down 32 YouTubers, put balloons above their head, and you know, last YouTuber with the balloon popped won 100 grand.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and that one did really well. And so we saw that like people love these videos where we got a lot of their favorite creators together. And I was just like, how is no one else doing this? And so naturally we're just like, hey, YouTube, you know, what if we got them together and just did a big rock, paper, scissors tournament? And honestly, that one did well, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. It was a little repetitive, honestly. After you watched like 10 games, you kind of like, you know, you're just throwing rock, paper, scissors. But this one I was really happy with. I loved the trivia. I loved the just how different it was, how it wasn't just the same thing over and over. And if you look at the chart of the live viewers, I mean, it was pretty flat most of the time. So I'm really happy with it.
I mean, you peaked over 1 million viewers.
I know.
Which is just unbelievable. I think the previous record was over 800,000 for a YouTube original. Yeah. So that alone is just like an accomplishment beyond itself.
I'm so happy. I know. That's so cool.
I mean, when you hold these events, I mean, you quite literally take over the internet. I mean, I can't even imagine what a feeling that must be for you.
We just finished, not even, what, like 30 minutes ago. And
yeah, we got him quick. We were like, all right, we're going to get
hot off the press. Yeah. Hot off the press.
I'm smiling a lot. I'm really happy. Like, I was just tweeting, like, you know, I'm really happy when I put like multiple hearts in a tweet or something like that. But yeah, no, I'm just really happy.
No, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was not expecting the day to go the way that it did.
I wasn't either. I'm a pessimist, so I thought like it was gonna be cringe. I was like, this sucks. No one cares about trivia. And then like after we did a few creators and we asked some questions, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Well,
like,
the fact that it was the closest number wins, that there was more of an opportunity where like those wild guesses could happen.
Yeah.
It was like really good trivia where if you had smarts, you could do well, but there was also a good balance of like, hey, if you're a good guesser, you got luck on your side.
And there was good, is this cake or not cake?
Yeah, like things like that, like are something that everyone can really resonate with, and it gave really everyone a chance that was in it. So, and I think Dixie popped off. I mean, what did you think about the D'Amelio family?
It blew my mind with that one where it was Dixie D'Amelio versus MatPat, and a question came up like, list as many numbers in pi as you know, like 3.14, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, Matt got it. Like this is MatPat in a question summarized. And then I just see Dixie just pick up her board and she just go, tsh. I'm like, no way. I was like, she's just writing random numbers. There's no way she's about to get this right. And then she got like one number more than Matt. And I still can't believe that. That's
I'm telling
crazy.
you, man, fresh out of high school. Like, that's what it's got to be. You know, like, they blew up so quickly because of TikTok. And obviously, they're doing so much more now. You can see that their family is very business-focused and business-minded. But they're so young. I mean, she was probably in math class a year ago going over these things and some of this, like, Dixie, history and geography.
How old's Dixie? She has to be 20-something. There's no, is she 19?
Oh, I thought her...
Charlie's 16.
Oh, I thought her and Charlie were twins.
No,
she's older than Charlie, but I don't think
Oh, they look so similar.
I don't think she's...
That's my fault.
I don't think she's over 21.
Dixie age,
I would be surprised.
Let's see.
MrBeast is researching. They were twins. I'm mind blown.
Yeah, she's 19. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so close enough. But yeah.
If they
I was
come
like,
to you,
I don't feel like Nate Chai is in the right range here.
If they come to you and are like, hey, we're going to get your $300,000 to give away, what is the best way we can do this video? Because I feel like they're really trying to learn the YouTube space and build it up more. Would you give advice?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything that would put down what they're doing. I mean, as long as
but
whatever I say, people are going to be like, oh, well, then you should have done what Beast recommended. Like, yeah, just whatever is on brand and like creative enough and cool, you know. Like, if they just want to give 30 people 10 grand, that's cool, you know.
Okay.
All right, well, I have a ton of other questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's much more here than the original.
I have to do this and thank Cash App because we love them so much. We even brought, it's not the money that you use, but we got to use it somehow, right? Yeah. This show is brought to you by Cash App. If you don't use Cash App, then fuck. I honestly shouldn't need this paper anymore, how many times I do this ad read. Yep. If you aren't following Cash App on Twitch, you are missing out on a load of opportunities to get free cash. Cash App hosts free cash giveaways all the time on their Twitch channel, so be sure to stay up to date for when they go live, see great content around gaming and free cash. You may even see some of your favorite 100 Thieves creators up there. Twitch.tv/Cash App is where it is at. Finally, we are stoked to be working with Cash App to support the Gamers Outreach Foundation. Oh, Cash App is going to love that. Now when you sign up for Cash App and use promo code THIEVES, THIEVES, that is THIEVES, not only will you receive $10, but Cash App will also donate $10.
No way.
To Gamers Outreach.
Gamers Outreach.
Which is a foundation that creates gaming cards for children so they can play video games when they're dealing with treatment in hospitals. So remember to use code THIEVES when you download Cash App from App Store or Google Play today. No read, I am not cutting that from the video, so don't even ask. Let's keep the show on the road. We got MrBeast for 45 more minutes.
Well, I have a question.
We got to press him with everything, and I mean everything.
All right.
Hit me.
Open book. What do you think about Among Us?
Love it. We've done like 4 videos that have gotten 20 million views each.
Do you think it's here to stay?
Oh, snap. All right, wait. I don't want to be quoted in like 6 months and like then, MrBeast doesn't know what he's doing. He thought Among Us wouldn't die. My verdict is, what does here to stay mean? Like, are you talking, is it still pulling like crazy views or average views?
Is it going to do a Fall Guys, what Fall Guys did? Or
I don't think it's going to do so here's Fall Guys, up, down. I think Among Us is up, down, level off like halfway. And then fall. But that's way further down the road.
So my career's not dead with Among Us?
No. I think you'll keep pulling views for a few more months, yeah.
Woo! That's all I need, and then on to the next one.
And guess what? The best part about it, bro, Q4 monetization.
There you go. It should last you until the end of the year. That's my prediction.
For anyone that doesn't know, this is the best time of year. It's like Christmas came early in October because around Q4, that's when all the brands are spending their big dollars in marketing budgets, and that's when CPMs on YouTube, and that's where everybody cashes in. So it was really great for me for a long time when I was like a primarily Call of Duty creator because
the game came out.
Call of Duty came out at the same time every year, and for like iPhone came out in September, so all the major viewership was just in Q4.
Well, a lot of that correlates because Q4 ad rates are higher because that's when people buy products. So that's when companies also drop their products. So a lot of people share that same experience.
I can't wait.
You're clearly like a very intelligent individual, right? I mean, you probably have a lot of young kids.
I wouldn't say, when it comes to YouTube, I would say I am. But anything else, average.
Well, I think you're selling yourself short and doing yourself disservice. And I know you're humble, and that's one of the things that I think resonates with me the most. It's like last night, Jimmy drove us back to our hotel and all of his boys stayed and played basketball. Like I was like shocked because if we were talking about in the hotel, I'm like, if I were Jimmy, I would have said, one of you motherfuckers take them home or call an Uber or my manager's gonna do it. And I like, for me, it's like, those are the small things when I meet people.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I was just, that for me was incredible. So,
or maybe I knew you were just gonna talk about it on the podcast, so. I'm kidding, kidding.
200 IQ.
Meta, that's meta.
Meta. Yeah,
but what I'm getting at is like, you're clearly very smart, and I don't think anybody really understands how much diligence and how much work you do behind the scenes, right? Because it's one thing to have a really good idea. Yeah. It's another thing to optimize it to the algorithm for YouTube and really understand the data and your analytics. And so I think for people at home, they get to see this finished product. But in my mind, and something that Jack talks about a lot, I'm curious, how much time when you have an idea till it's executed and uploaded, do you spend on everything else except for the actual filming of the video?
Yeah, well, so to unpack that a little bit, yes, we purposely tried to, or I purposely tried to make the videos seem a lot simpler than they are. I think that's part of the coolness of the videos, the mystery. Like, how can I give someone 100 grand? And then just like a lot of people, if they gave away 100 grand, they would make a huge deal about it. But sometimes we're just like, yeah, here's 100 grand. Like, thanks for watching, bye. And I think like doing it that way makes it more fun and just more interesting, especially when we like play it off, or if we go in a store and buy everything in the store and then we're like, yep, we did it, and so I like to keep a little bit of it mysterious because I think that's what people enjoy. But I mean, unfathomable amounts of time. I mean, I don't even know how to answer that question outside of just filming. I mean, we brainstorm video ideas, relentlessly, hours every day. We spend hours, just doing everything. I don't even know. Like, my whole life, since I was 13, there probably hasn't been a single hour that's gone by that I've been awake where I haven't thought about YouTube. Like, that is pretty close to being accurate. And I just literally wake up, work, go to bed. If I work, like create videos or set up videos or think of videos or perfect or study the algorithm, whatever it is, that's basically just what I do. So
if you were gonna get, I guess, let me hone in on it more because you're right, it was a little bit of a broad question. Say there's another YouTuber like me, right? I have found success in my career.
Yeah.
And I've had stints where I do really well, not in comparison to you.
I know.
It's not the same impact. If you were in my shoes, or you could tell me one thing that I should be focused on or doing better, what would it be?
I'm gonna pull up your channel and I will do this.
Okay.
Which one? Nate Shot?
Hey.
Is the Nate Shot channel?
Yeah, just Nate Shot. Okay. 100 Thieves take notes. Well, don't talk about my uploads because it's not that consistent.
Yeah, I don't upload that much. Sometimes I go a month without posting that.
That was my excuse, so now I don't really got much.
Let's go. I've been waiting.
Thumbnail consistency?
I've been waiting for this day for years. It doesn't come off the tongue as easy. Your video from 2 weeks ago, the thumbnail is just your face with your hand. I don't really know what you're going for. So just out the bat from the click, as a viewer, I'm not really enticed. I'm more confused, which is something a lot of people mistake. Like, confusion doesn't make people want to click sometimes. Like, people.
See, I always thought that was my claim to fame, but now I think I need to rethink my entire life.
I've heard so many people say that. It's like, so they'll purposely like make a title like a little vague or confusing, and like thinking like, oh, the viewer's going to click to want clarification, but more often than not, they just the video below it is just an accurate, not confusing, good video, and they just fucking click that one. You know what I mean? So that one, the clickbait doesn't really draw me in. Surprising my dad with the $10,000 vacation. That one, the title is good. And I mean, like, clickbait's relative, because one thing though is like, if someone enjoys your previous video, that also determines your CTR on your next video, because if they had a good experience, then they'll click on the next one. If they had a bad experience, doesn't matter how good your clickbait is, they're not gonna watch the next one. So, I mean, like, what's the retention like on these videos? Is it above 50%?
I haven't looked at my analytics in 3 years.
I'm willing to bet like the retention isn't as high, because like that one, the clickbait's fine.
All right.
Can you do mine?
Yeah, don't tear my life down.
Okay, all right.
I'm so self-conscious now. I've never felt self-conscious about my YouTube channel until now. More broadly, I guess, so that you don't.
No, I got you.
So I don't like sit in a corner and cry tonight about my lack of responsibility and like for creators that haven't reached the size that you have.
Yeah. I mean, for
it's just data.
In general, find something you like, because you have to like it. It's going to take many, 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 many years. Step one, that. Step two, well, I guess, let me digress. It doesn't have to take many years, but it depends. Like, if you're not naturally entertaining, like most people like me, and I'm sure you guys took a while to find your groove, it's going to take a while. There are some people that are just really funny, and like, it comes easy. But, so if you're not doing something that's just inherently fun to you, you're just quit. Just give up. Like, you gotta at least semi-enjoy what you're doing, or you're gonna quit long before it gets to the point where it brings in money or whatever else could be driving you. So find what you love, and then I would just hyper obsess. Make sure no one doing what you're doing is doing it better. Make sure the videos are as good as possible. I mean, there's a million little tips I could give you.
Dude, you've got, I know. You just got a motor that just doesn't stop,
well, like,
man.
one thing
Good
is
for
like, a lot of people though, they underestimate effort in videos. They think things are a lot more basic than they are, but like, even if it's like halfway in a video, if there's just a 10-second clip that took you like 20 hours to film, like, people recognize that. And like, that is one thing that a lot of people undervalue. Is like, viewers aren't stupid. They can tell when you half ASS, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, a video, or if you like
fuck
really,
shit, bitch.
all right,
shit,
there you go, half-assed a video, or if you like really put in effort. And like, if they can tell you're putting in a lot of effort, they're gonna be more likely to click on future videos. And that snowballs. And because once you build that trust, they get to a point where it doesn't matter what you upload. They just know it's high effort, and they just know it's great. And they're just conditioned just to watch because you have a good track record.
God damn. Send me to school, man. Shit. Hold up. Hey, Jackson, you taking notes over there? You really are taking notes.
I really am. Writing it down.
One of the co-founders of 100 Thieves is taking notes right now. Jimmy, I feel like you're putting on a clinic.
I mean, this is what I do for fun. I literally like 2 days ago was in a mastermind with like 10 small YouTubers, and I was like, ask me anything. And like, it's funny because like, one of them would ask me a question, and sometimes I would just wait and I'd see what the other people say. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you would think. And I'm like, but that's completely wrong. And that's why most people don't know what they're doing.
How many videos did you upload when COVID first started? From the span of February until I would say now. How many videos in comparison to what you normally?
Before so COVID at the start really hurt us because like testing wasn't a thing and no one really knew. Like no one even knew if a mask did anything back then. And so, I mean, literally what we did, I don't even think I ever said it publicly, is we actually had all the boys move in with me. So for like a few weeks, Chris Chandler, Chris's wife, our cameraman, all our directors, logistics, or I don't know if logistics did, we literally lived together. We had like 2 houses side by side, and like we were just crammed in houses. So then we had all our stuff dropped off and sanitized before we opened the door. So there was no way for us to get COVID. And then, so we literally quarantined together so we could keep filming. And then as testing became more predominant, like we held off a lot at first because there was limited testing too. And, we didn't want to take up a bunch of the tests. But once testing, there's plenty of tests to go around. Now we, just test people super frequently.
Yeah, I guess from a business perspective, that was where my question was derived from. It's like,
yeah.
How much money do you think that you
Millions,
lost?
Definitely. Because ad revenue plummeted.
Tens of millions?
No, but millions, yeah. Because ad revenue plummeted.
Yes, it did.
And also, like, we had videos in the works that we couldn't upload, and that was brutal. And we had the projects that were halfway done that we couldn't finish, but we already paid for. It was like, literally, it was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. It was brutal, very brutal.
How much money do you have?
$1.
I got you. I asked you.
My guy, I was going to ask it eventually.
$100.
What's the most money you've ever spent on one video?
Ooh, that is a fun one.
You invest in all your content.
Yeah,
I know that from everything I've heard, it's like all the money that you make
goes back into
literally goes back into videos.
Actually, like literally at the end of 2019, our cash flow was low. We had to borrow a little bit of money to keep filming. He's laughing.
And that's the definition of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, we go hard. We definitely dump it all back in. I'm not afraid. But I'd say the most we spent was probably $1.2 million because we did last take hand off $1 million keeps it. So the winner got $1 million, and then we gave second place 30 grand, third place 20 grand, fourth place 10 grand. No, so and then it also costs like 40 grand to set up. Yeah, like $1.1 million.
Do you have a financial manager?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we have.
Was it like an episode? Was it like the movie Wolf of Wall Street, where his dad walks in and is like, "What the fuck? What is going on?"
You would be surprised. Like when I first started, when we first started scaling up way smaller, my mom and I would fight all the time. She thought I was crazy. I would have like $40,000 in my bank account, and like we were just starting to get a little bit of money after just scraping the barrel. Like. All the time. And like we would finally after all these years we had a little bit of money. I'm like, yeah, I want to spend it all on a video. I want to give my 30 million subscriber 3 million pennies. But because you have to buy the pennies and transportation, it was actually like 45 grand. So it's like I want to spend basically like 90% of my money on a video. My mom was like, no. I'm like, nah, Mom, don't worry. And I'm like, we fought so much back in the day.
You're a YouTube genius, it's clear.
Yeah, I basically went all in. Very, very, like a ton of dimes on my channel, and I was just very confident after doing the research for many, many years that it would work out.
Last question I have real quick on this, because I know I've said a ton. I want you to get in here. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. You just told me you spent $1.2 million. I'm going to put you on the spot.
On a video, yeah.
On one video, of course. If I gave you $100 million tomorrow, in the next 10 seconds, what is the craziest idea that you could spend it all
guaranteed. I would go buy a private island, put 100 YouTubers on it, and I'd tell them whoever survives the longest gets it.
Now, survives the longest?
I would probably do another Battle Royale one. Honestly, I would want to think of something more creative than just putting balloons over their head and last to get popped, because if it's $100 million, like, I mean, yeah, we'd probably like just put them there and say whoever
What about real Hunger Games?
I mean, that would be the next step. Like, I just don't know if that's...
You die.
I mean, if there's waivers that cover death...
We just go to international waters and we create an artificial
We can find an island out there.
I'm down. If you can find the legal loopholes. I'm kidding. So
legal loopholes.
I have to say I'm kidding because I do weird enough stuff where someone might think I'd actually do that. I don't know.
Cash App, I just found your next project.
Yeah,
hey, bro.
$100 million.
No,
if you give me $100 million just to invest in side channels, I mean, I could go buy 100 channels and just optimize them and turn the money around.
Would you invest in me?
I mean, if you were down, yeah. You got it. Like some of your intros sometimes are a little long, and I could find some ways to up the retention a little bit.
Fuck, Swappa. Cut those intros out. I gotta talk.
Sometimes you literally sit there and talk for a minute. I always mean to text you, but I always forget. Literally, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And why do you do that? That has to be horrible for retention.
Brother, my
shorter intros.
Self-confidence is an all-time low.
Intros.
Well, just
not only is Jack doing like 1 million views a video right now, but
he could be doing like 4 if he like optimized it.
Well,
help me!
I am.
That's what. All right. Well, I actually meant to be. I meant to tell you my payment for today's stream. My payment for today's stream, and I need this on video. Is that can I be in some of your Among Us videos?
Of course. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me slide in here. I'm good at Among Us.
We're groups full.
Just let the boys know. Let's invite Courage to the next one. I'm down.
Thank you. No, but speaking of that, today we brought up on how crazy the show was, how we had the vote back in.
Yeah.
And Dream's simp army came on through.
They are insane. And, yeah.
Like, I want to hear your opinion on, because there's now creators that are hitting like hyper levels, like K-pop levels of engagement. Like, we've seen Dream, Tommy in it, Sapnap, George, that whole group, the Dream server. It's now like even Carl now from it is
he's
getting
killing it. I'm really happy for him.
I don't know how much you've seen of Corpse, the guy Corpse who's been playing Among Us with.
Oh yeah,
PewDiePie.
actually, I only know him because Carl replies to his tweets.
Yeah. So these guys they have 400,000 followers on Twitter and tweet and get 200,000 likes. Like,
yeah, it's insane.
What do you think about Dream? These guys with these crazy art, like what comes to your head?
Well, I personally, like, when Dream was not, like, because he's pulling over 100 million views a month. I think when he was on, like, 40 or 50, like, I just met him. I don't remember how we met. But we ended up talking, and I knew right after talking to Dream for like 20, 30 minutes, like he was going to be a big YouTuber. Like I remember I called Reed. I was like, you need to get to know Dream. That was literally one of the first things I did. I was like, there's very few creators that I can have intelligent conversations with and like genuinely like enjoy it. And I was like, Dream is one of them. Like he gets programming, he understands like how to make a good video, and he just kind of like gets it. And I was like, Reed, he gets it. I was like so excited. Because I have like these few YouTubers that I talk to constantly, and I was so you know, I had a really good feeling that he'd be big. And then one thing is they just are, I don't know, they're really good at just being themselves, which is cool. I think a lot of people like the authenticity. Like they don't try to start drama. They don't fake stuff like a lot of previous big groups. Like they're just them. They're playing this game that's really popular. They're really goofy and weird.
They're a bunch of Minecraft. Like they love Minecraft. They love goofing around with their friends and love the storylines of it. Like, you watch their videos, you get that right away.
And so it's kind of just like perfect culmination. Like Minecraft made a rebound. They're all just being genuine themselves, and like, you know, they get how to be entertaining. It's literally just like if you made a perfect potion, like that squad is what it is. So I think the cult-like following is a result of that. Obviously, like
is there a way to does cult-like following just happen, or is there a way to push it to happen, or is it just like?
No, you definitely can't make it. That's one thing. Like you can tell when people try too hard. Like it's just, and that's the beauty of it. It's just natural and organic. Like none of them are really like forcing it.
Yeah, it's crazy the level that some of these
guys
are.
It is.
I think it's unbelievable to me. And me and Hector used to talk about this a lot. It's like, and we were talking about this in like 2013. And now it's 2020. It's like before today, I had never even heard of Dream. And
really?
I don't mean that disrespectfully. And maybe I'm not on YouTube enough, but it seems like every day there is a creator that just popped up out of nowhere that has millions and millions of subscribers. I'm like, holy shit.
A little bit, but the thing is, like, Dream has been one of the fastest growing YouTubers like the last like 3 months in a row. Like, so it's like you can, if you look at like the top 10 most subscribed to channels like every like week, like that's how you can tell the ones that are really blowing up. And honestly, the last like so far this year, Dream's really been the only one that's been up there consistently. Outside of obviously us and like insane. Normal people. So no, I would say the opposite. I would say less people are blowing up than before, because I mean if you just look at the top charts and like the people coming up, it's really not that many new people outside like Dream, and then there's the people that surround him in that group. But outside of them, like at least in our world, like you know the more gaming and just meme side of YouTube, like I don't see too many people blowing up at the moment.
Really quick, as we have many more things to talk about, I want to make sure we show love to.
We got time before. Oh no, you're good.
Another one of our proud sponsors,
which gave me a black card. Thank you. So
you said, hey, we love you, Chipotle. That's Matt. You want me to read your part?
Yeah, just hey, man, you got it.
Love that. Shout out to everyone at Chipotle. As you guys know, we absolutely love Chipotle, especially for bringing back carne asada. If your favorite order is a burrito, bowl, or tacos, definitely give it a try, as it's available for a limited time at Chipotle.com or on the Chipotle app with a $1 delivery fee right now. Matt's been adding carne asada tacos to his chicken bowl order.
That's a fact.
He's been loving it.
So you give me the order?
So I get a double. I get a double chicken burrito bowl with brown rice, cheese and lettuce with green salsa, and then I'll do 2 carne asada tacos with brown rice, cheese, lettuce, and salsa.
Interesting.
On the side.
With chips and then 2 bottles of water.
So man, I just get carnitas, chicken, steak, and cheese. I just get all the meats with a little bit of cheese. Perfect.
Wow, you're getting protein. I love it.
Well, of course with white rice, obviously.
Yes, but don't be
just switch to brown rice. It's a slow burning carb.
Okay. Oh, wow. But the white rice tastes good.
The Chipotle carne asada really is amazing. Tender steak, spices, lime, and cilantro.
Dude, their chicken is always spicy.
We love Chipotle, and we're excited to share announcing something really incredible with them soon. You won't want to miss it. They're literally fighting over how good Chipotle is.
MrBeast.
I'm trying to read it off.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Jimmy.
Hit me.
What stresses you the most?
Stress? So, well, here's one thing.
What is your driver
one thing, real quick.
for anxiety?
When I yawn, my eyes get watery. I want you to know I'm not crying right now.
It's okay, man. You can be emotional.
They're
Brother,
probably,
if I were you, I'd be crying right now, tears of joy.
Yes, a little bit, but it's the weirdest thing when I yawn. I just like a tear usually comes out my eye, and people always think I'm sad.
It's all right.
Anyways, now I got that out of the way. So what about Jimmy?
What stresses you out the most every single day?
Oh gosh.
Or
what does it?
besides work, like what is your biggest fear? And I know that might be the most cliche question, but it's like everybody gets to see happy Jimmy. Everybody gets to see this man Jimmy that's giving away money and cars and a new life for some people.
Yeah.
What?
Not Dream. Reed, could you help me answer that one? That's a deep one.
Your biggest fear?
Not biggest fear, just more like what are things
What's the hardest part about your life?
What are things I struggle with outside of YouTube?
Well, he's not mic'd up.
All right, fine. I would say, honestly, that my biggest struggle is because this is what it's been.
Oh, there's Mike there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, above me. Yeah. The biggest struggle for most of my life has been finding people that are as passionate about YouTube as me. Just to be honest, when I was younger, like, I thought I was a massive weirdo. And like I was super shy, and a big part of why I was shy is because all I wanted to talk about and all I did talk about was YouTube. And people would all tell me all the time, they'd be like, you're too obsessed. They'd be like, there's things other than YouTube. And like a lot of people would just make fun of me because they were like, why the hell do you care so much about YouTube? I'd be like, literally I'm 15, I'm like quoting stats about YouTube. I'm like, all right, this is how you do it. I want to be a YouTuber. And that literally I would just 10 times a day, I would just say to the same person, I really want to be a YouTuber. And they'd be like, I fucking get it. Yeah. Anything else, Jimmy? I'm like, no, I just want to be a YouTuber. And like that, so I did that for a while, but it was like around when I was 16, 17, I thought like no one gave a fuck. And like, it's weird because it's like when you're so hyper passionate about something and like no one around you is, you just feel like a giant outcast. Like I hate like cartoons, but I would force myself to watch cartoons just so I could kind of like fit in a little bit more, or I'd watch things that I just didn't care about so I could relate to other people. But I was just miserable, and it's weird. It's really weird. But like if you can't relate to literally anyone in your surroundings and you just think you think something's wrong with you. But then it was like when I was around 18, I started to meet other YouTubers that were like equally as obsessed. And that was when things changed a lot for me. Because then I realized like, I'm not like, all right, I might be weird, but there are other people like me. Just because I'm super passionate about something doesn't mean like I'm stupid, or it's just, I'm not going to get along with most people. And then like once I made that realization, I just started spending literally 12 to 15 hours a day talking to other smart YouTubers as opposed to just average normal people that, made me feel uncomfortable for how obsessed I was with YouTube. Like that was when everything changed for me.
You mentioned, that's a great question. I love what Matt said, bringing up the difference between Jimmy and MrBeast. You and I have both now been in a relationship with
a relationship.
Sorry. No, you've had a girlfriend named Maddie for a little bit over a year. I've had a girlfriend named Maddie for a little bit over for a year. They are both cover-ups. People don't know what happens when these cameras go off. But for you, is she your first ever real serious girlfriend?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And same for me. Mm-hmm. How has that been for you? Because I know I had a fear of getting into a serious relationship while I was trying to run my own business.
And thinking like your business would fall off and stuff.
How has that been for you? Because I think we haven't really got to talk about it too much.
Well, she's great because she likes social media, and she's also very understanding. Like she knows like sometimes I just gotta film for 2 or 3 days, or like that's one problem I've always had is like when I'm in the zone, I'm just kind of like in the zone. I just want to focus on work, and like she gets that, and so that's one thing I like about it.